guys, welcome back to But Does It Really Work? I'm actually in Ruidoso right now, and I ended up at an herb shop and I purchased a bunch of goodies. Some stuff for pain, for just peacefulness and serenity. I also purchased something else that I've actually been using for a really long time, and I wanted to kind of give my personal experience on that and debunk some myths and misconceptions that are out there about it. I also just really wanted to give Rosemarys Herb Shop a shout out. I mean, they're amazing. Their staff is all very knowledgeable. They know their stuff. You can walk in there and just kind of tell them what you're hoping to achieve, and they will show you all of their products, all of their herbs and their supplements that they think will be helpful for you. So it was an awesome experience. I highly recommend visiting them. So let's get into reviewing some of these items that I purchased and what I hope to achieve with those. So this is my bag of goodies that I got from Rosemarys Herb Shop. And the first thing that I have here is Pain Be Gone. So I do have chronic pain, and there's another herb that I've been using, and I'll talk about that in a second. But this one, I actually can't even remember exactly what is in it. But I have taken let's see, like 3 doses so far, and I have noticed that my like the pain medications that I take are lasting longer. So my goal is to go ahead and try this out without taking the pain medication, and just seeing, you know, how well I can tolerate without having to take the prescription stuff. So that's one of them. And these I think it comes in loose powder too, but you can also get them in the capsule, which obviously is easier. They recommend that you take 2 of them 3 times a day, and they can be combined with other stuff because it's all natural. And then the next one I have is Knockout Tea. And this is just a mix of like all sorts of calming herbs. So you can see in there's like chamomile, there's lavender, and just all sorts of different ones that are very, very good for calming and getting you nice and sleepy. So this is supposed to be a blend that's just gonna knock you out when you're ready to go to sleep. So I did try a little bit, but I didn't really steep it right, so I can't really give it a good review on that. But my recommendation is you boil the water or do it through a coffee pot so that it gets really, really hot, so you get all the good stuff out of it. The other recommendation is getting jars for this stuff, because as you can see, some of that bigger stuff is up at the top, and then at the bottom you don't really see any of it. So you have to shake it up to make sure you get everything, like that it's balanced. So I'm gonna have to get some jars, that way I can make sure that every time I dose it, it's the right amount. So the other thing is men's tea. So I got this for my husband, and they said that it's just for vitality and just, you know, overall health, just improving the way you feel, your energy levels. You can see there's all sorts of different herbs in there, and so he's had 1 cup so far. He likes it. He likes the way it tastes, and so I guess, you know, after a couple of days of taking it, we'll get a review from him on how he's feeling with that. And then the other thing is Peace and Serenity. And so this one, the lady that I spoke to said that it was really helpful for her, that she did feel like a calming effect, just kind of knocks the edge off of anxiety. This one you can get in loose powder or in capsules. This is the same thing, 2-3 times a day, and it can be combined with other herbs. So far I've taken 2 doses, and you know, I'm not gonna say that I don't notice anything. I mean, I do feel rather calm and cool the last 2 days, but I also have my pain medication, so it's kind of hard to tell which one is doing it. So but I mean, she highly recommended that she's used it and definitely felt an effect. So that might be something good to try. These are 26 cents a capsule, so I don't know how much it is when they sell it loose, but so I got 30 of them just so that I could test it out. And then the other thing that I got there was this little guy, which this is to assist you with being able to get your herbs, your loose herbs. So you squeeze it, you know, pick up a pinch, make sure it's nice and full. One of these full is about equivalent to a tea bag, and then you use that to steep in your cup. So you stick it in your cup of boiling hot water and you just stir it around and let it steep for a while. You can kind of just let it sit there for a while. And then as soon as your tea really starts to darken and change color, you know that it's gotten to that point. I usually leave it the whole time I'm drinking because I want to get all the goodness out of it. So I usually will just leave it in the cup until I'm done drinking it. But this is a really cool little gadget. It helps you to be able to use loose herbs, and you really can just do this one-handed. You can stick it in the jar or stick it in the bag, scoop up what you want, take it, dump it in your cup. That's it. And then when you're done with it, you can just open it up, shake it out, get all the stuff out in the trash can, rinse it off, and you're good to go. So that was really neat. So the other thing I got was actually not from Rosemary's shop. I got it from a different shop here in town. And I know that a lot of people have heard about Kratom, and there's a lot of bad news around that. But the truth is, guys, I've been taking Kratom for 5 years now. I actually was originally taking hydrocodone, which is like Percocet, Vicodin, one of those two. That's one of the most addicting drugs on the planet, destroying lives left and right. I was able to get off of that literally just from one dose to the next. Like, I was due for my morning dose and took this instead, and was able to just switch over and get off of that stuff. So I am 100% in support of Kratom. I know that there's been talks about people dying and getting sick, but guys, do the research. There's been lots of scientists that have backed up the Kratom Association and said, nope, you know, anybody that's been found dead with Kratom in their system also had other substances in their system, and usually more than one other substance, including other psychedelics and other medications that can be quite strong, and definitely can kill a person if taken in too high of a dose. So there really is a lot of science that is proving that this is actually not a dangerous thing to do. I've been on this for 5 years at the exact same dose. That tells you right there, your body is not building a tolerance for it. You're not having to build and continuously take more like you have to with Percocets and Vicodins, and other types of medications that you have to keep stacking and taking more in order for it to be effective. So if I can take the same dose for 5 years, I think that tells you that your body is processing it really quickly, and it's kind to your body. I have no side effects from this at all. The only thing that I did have at the beginning is headaches with caffeine, and that's only because Kratom is actually a part of the coffee family. So you don't need it. It's a very strange combination of relaxation and energy, and clarity, and just clarity of mind, and just help you to cope with everyday stress as well as pain. And it's so effective. I had a surgery recently, and I actually prefer this over what they give you after a surgery because it actually lasts longer and is more effective to me. So this one is a red Malay. The red strains are very effective for pain, and they're very long lasting. And Bali is really good too. It's just got a slightly shorter half-life, but the scientific name for this is Migrainea speciosa. And most places that sell CBD have these as well. And I can tell you right now, it's not addictive. You can stop it anytime you want to. I have stopped several times over the years just to make sure, just to prove to myself that I'm not becoming reliant on it. And I was fine. I was totally fine. I was able to, do something else for pain and get away from this for a week or whatever, just to make sure that I'm good, and it was fine. So the research is really biased, and it has a lot to do with the fact that people are getting off of medications that are very well-known, mainstream, and so I think that's why there's a lot of fear. You're not getting this prescribed by a doctor, and I think that just scares people sometimes. But the truth is, this has been around forever. It comes from Indonesia. It's like ancient medicine. This is something that's been around forever, and I definitely trust nature more than I trust pharmaceuticals. This is really one herb. Like, this is one herb. This is not a concoction. This is not something made in a lab. This is literally a dehydrated leaf, and that's the only ingredient in this. So I highly recommend that for people who are dealing with chronic pain. The only thing that I would say is make sure, you know, at the beginning, just like anything else, just like, you know, aspirin, ibuprofen, it can be a little bit rough on the stomach at the beginning. So I just recommend that you take it with some ginger. Ginger does the trick. You really are fine. You don't notice anything if you take it with ginger. With these ones, you know, obviously they're in capsules. I take 4 of them. But if you get the powder version, which is actually a better price, it's more costly to get the capsules. You can just put, you know, about 3 half teaspoons in a cup, and you can just put a little bit of warm water, throw some ginger in there, and just toss and wash. You know, you just take a drink and then drink it, and then, you know, grab some water and wash it down, and that's it. And normally, you know, I try not to have too much in my stomach when I take it, because it has a tendency to bind to the food as opposed to, you know, absorbing. So, you know, I try to, you know, maybe do it a couple of hours after a meal, or maybe just after a very light meal. So that's my recommendation on that. And I know that there's a bunch of stuff in the headlines, but really, guys, go to the American Kratom Association page online, Google it. You know, you'll find very compelling evidence that there's really not a reason to be afraid of this. Should it be controlled and managed to make sure that, you know, people are getting what they are expecting? Absolutely. But do we need to start messing with it? Do we need to get it in a laboratory? I don't think so. But that's my personal opinion. There may be people with their own opinions, and that's fine, but I just wanted to share that. So also, real quick, with these, when you go to Mary's, the herb shop, when you pick something, you actually get a sheet like this that goes into deep detail about what it is and what it's good for. So Pain Be Gone is for easy movement, nerve restoration, and chlorella. I don't know what that is. But it really gives you a nice explanation of what it's for and what's in it. And then I got this one for the other one for the Peace and Serenity. So anything that you purchase, you're gonna get this. So, you know, sometimes you'll go to a place like that and you'll be like, oh my gosh, they told me so much stuff, I can't even remember what it was good for, what was in it. Well, no worries. You're gonna get a sheet like this for everything that you buy that's gonna tell you what's in it and what it's for. So that way you can share that with your friends and family. So you can see here all the ingredients that are in it. So even if you wanted to, you could purchase these independently, you know. If you felt like you were having maybe an adverse reaction to one of those herbs, you can see all the herbs that are in it and just go ahead and purchase those independently and make your own little tea concoction. So that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. I think that this is a great shop. I highly recommend you go and check them out in Ruidoso Downs. You can even see on here, there's the phone number, there's the address. I'll leave that on there for a second so that you guys can take that down if you'd like to check them out. There's a website. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Sorry, there's been a little bit of delay in between postings, but I don't want to say on vacation, but I'm kind of chilling right now. So thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and don't forget about our giveaway for the magnetic eyelashes, guys. Keep on guessing, keep on dropping your comments in that previous video on the magnetic eyelash review, and you'll be getting a notification for who the winner was on October 1st. So don't forget about that. Keep those comments coming, keep those guesses coming, and I look forward to selecting a winner on that. Thanks, guys.